Hi. So today I want to talk and investigate. I'm curious about how I will relate to this topic myself. What we are investigating today is the topic of bullying, because it's something that I've encountered, and um, I thought it would be an interesting topic to apply the principles of equality and oneness to the phenomenon of bullying, because um, firstly, the first thing I want to say about bullies is you gotta feel bad for them, because the bully themselves, they feel like they have no other way to solve their inner conflict except for exerting themselves on another. And so, in this common pattern of bullies, um, it's not like there's a tube that goes from my head to the bully's head and energy is transferred from my head to the bully's head. Um, mm, thus, in practice, when you are bullied, don't take it personally, because, precisely because, the bully is trying to solve a problem themselves, where in the absence of proper education, they feel like they have no other method of solving their own problems except for bullying on another, like someone. And the next thing I want to say is bullying has never been solved like an eternal solution. Never in the history of humanity has an eternal solution for bullying been implemented or thought of by society as a whole. So, from my view, bullying is like an outflow of the lack of quality control on the human nature of each human being. And although it is unfortunate that in your entire life you will meet bullies, and you will see someone bullying someone else, but on the same page you can say, like, there are serial killers that haven't been caught yet in the world. There are psychopaths in the world that are not being dealt with. So in general, there are a lot of dangers lurking in the real world that you really encounter on a day-to-day basis. It's like a real experience. But going back to bullying and not killing and not psychopathic personalities, what's the approach? First of all, don't take it personally. Rather, seek to investigate and understand the pattern. And the bully within the bully is actually a gift, because they parsed through your general vibe and kind of personality to pinpoint the precise weaknesses of character that you have. And so when a bully says something, usually when a bully says something that makes you react, that there's a part of it that is your responsibility. Your weakness of character. That part you are responsible for. And you can investigate it by self-forgiveness and writing about it. And how to self-forgive is curtly and neatly summarized in the website destiny.org. And at the heart of it, self-forgiveness is a method of writing. It's like a branch of writing. And speaking it to yourself gives you a measure of your starting point. Are you fucking with yourself through your self-forgiveness? Are you just, what's the word? Are you just going through the movements with your self-forgiveness? Or are you really writing and speaking self-forgiveness to really want to change yourself and how you approach the bullying situation? So, exciting stuff. And so the bully has their own problem. The bully holds a gift by short-circuiting your entire process of finding your character faults, and they find it for you, and they trigger it for you so you can write about it. And obviously I'm speaking about verbal bullying more than physical. When it gets physical and violent, physically, you gotta report it to the authorities. You gotta go through the system to stop it. But what I'm focusing on is verbal bullying. And what else? The simplest answer is the most direct, effective, practical living application. And I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say on bullying. Let this be a practical guide of how to manage. Well, first of all, at the root, solve eternally your distaste and disdain and hatred for bullies, and turn that hatred into an understanding founded on investigation. So there's the self part, and then there's the very real society part, where you can't really at this stage control the prevalence of bullies lurking amongst our society. And to those bullies that actually bully you day to day, deal with them, face them, Whatever you want to say it in your name. What's your name? Something like that. And then understand the pattern of bullies. Understand that they have their story, they have their problems, and in a way, because of a lack of education, they feel like they have no other way to resolve their own problems except by bullying you. And yeah, I thought I'd have a lot of things to say about bullies, but in terms of the practice, in terms of solving it, well, solving it in yourself, solving the self relationship to bully, the word bully, and then the practical living of managing the phenomenon of bullies in the society. I mean, it's quite short and precise, isn't it? Well, that's all I have. Thanks. Bye.